This video is sponsored by sellcashier.com. They compare iPhone prices on the internet and give you their instant quote and the most cash for your iPhone. Hey guys, this is Aquarium. So some of you have already seen my previous unboxing video with this iPhone 8 Plus, which is in silver, and very few difference against the previous generation, which is the 7 Plus. But today I'm going to unbox this iPhone 8 Plus, which is in space gray, and compared against these two 7 Pluses that are black and jet black. Now, from the 7 Plus versus the 8 Plus, the difference is really that it's just marginally thicker, so you would be able to fit this in the case that was designed for this. Most of the design in these phones has been carried over from the 6 Plus that came out a while back. Now, the glass backing now allows for the wireless charging support, and you have some minor modifications to the Apple's iOS 11 ecosystem, like this particular menu that's highly customizable, and also the portrait landscape camera mode. So now it's a bit of a struggle to reach with the finger all the way across. So just a note that iPhone 10 will have a much more usable screen. So let's go ahead and unbox the space gray iPhone 8 Plus, and we'll see how it compares with the previous generations, and also the colors and what it looks like. So let me go ahead and get to the unboxing and show you what the contents look like. And it's very, very easy to open up the new packaging. Can be done with a knife or a fork. And we've seen this in the previous video, and you guys have seen this many times before. Nothing interesting there. We're not going to look at it, but we're really, really interested in this right here. And while it's turning on, what I'm going to do is I'm, as always, going to take a look at the contents of the box. So we already saw the informational inserts, no interest to us. So these are the with the lightning cable by default, and they come with an adapter if you want to use the old ones. All these new phones have a lightning cable connection. One of my pet peeves about this is because you can't really charge it and listen to your favorite tunes at the same time, so you do have to get an adapter to do that simultaneously. Now, I highly recommend getting that from the Apple store, because the third-party adapters are really not great quality. Standard charging cable, standard wall charger. This is all you get in the box, and I like that high quality stuff. I'm gonna set that aside, and I'm going to take off the plastic and quickly run through this setup. Alright guys, so here's another unboxing of this 8 Plus. It's just the only difference is that this is silver and this is space gray. Space gray used to look a lot lighter. This is a lot darker, and I actually really like this color. I'm going to adjust the brightness for you guys to see a little bit better and turn off the auto lock. And just to set these side by side, obviously these are no different at all. These are both 8s, but then if you look at the previous generation, these two phones are both 7s, the black and the jet black. So if we flip them over and take a look at the backing, how it was created in the previous generation versus what's done currently, this is what they all look like. So these look very, very similar. So these are the 7 and the 8, and the very, very similar backing. Now, this backing on the 8 is made of glass. This material is slightly different, and what you can actually see is the color difference as well. Again, we're trying to compare apples to apples, so to speak. So this is space gray, this is black. Very, very nicely made. You can't really almost tell the difference with these between the different generations. What am I trying to get at over here by showing you all this is really, and it's definitely nice how the screens turn on automatically. What I'm trying to tell you here though is that if you own a 6 Plus, this is probably a good upgrade for you. But if you already have one of these, if you already have a 7 Plus, don't waste your money. Don't buy an 8 Plus, because it's a very nice device, but you're really not going to get a whole lot out of it. There are several smaller upgrades, in my opinion, that I mentioned earlier, but you're going to be spending a lot of money for a phone that is largely the same. Again, a 10 might be a more interesting device to work with because it's just going to have a more usable screen, and it just, in my opinion, looks amazing because it finally, for the first time, Apple went away from the concept of having the button, the home button. So if that was me and I had a 6 Plus, I would totally go for an 8 Plus, and I would probably go for a space gray. I really like this color. But if I had a 7 Plus, I would certainly stick with it until maybe I had more money to buy a 10, or maybe the next generation of iPhones that will come later in the year. So once again, let's take a look and see how they compare in the back. They look very identical, but I can, just holding it sideways, I already feel that the 8 Plus is slightly thicker, but you will most likely be able to fit the 8 Plus into just about any case, unless it's very rigid like the OtterBox. That would be a little bit more difficult, and even with that, I think it would still work for you. Alright guys, so what am I going to suggest to you? Well, if you pick up the iPhone 8 Plus with no knowledge of what's inside the box, you'll probably get disappointed. Apple really should have done a better job to modernize the exterior of the new model after, I guess, 4 generations. You know, things like smaller bezels, better grip, etc. But nevertheless, there's still a lot here to enjoy. Now, this is the phone you want, and if you can't afford the iPhone 10, this is probably the way to go. Now, of course, keeping in mind what is it that you're migrating from. This has larger battery, same powerful innards, and definitely a strong camera. If you don't mind the porous screen, then it's a good option, because remember, 10 will be a lot better when it comes to that. Just feel that it's possible that the iPhone 8 Plus is the option again for those upgrading from an iPhone 6s Plus and who also doesn't want the expensive iPhone 10. So this is a good option for you if you don't want to spend $1,000 on a 10. Technologically, there's a lot to admire about the 8 Plus, so you know, the A11 chipset, definitely a masterpiece and likely to beat many Android rivals well into 2019. You know, definitely cameras with, you know, the improved performance, and finally decent charging options too. Alright guys, so this is all I have for you today. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below, and please subscribe to my channel. I will see you in my next video very soon. I wanted to tell you about sellcashier.com. So you just got your new iPhone. What will you do with your old one? You may be thinking of selling it on eBay, Craigslist, and so on, and it is definitely a hassle. Now you don't have to do that. Now you can sell it through sellcashier.com. They compare the actual prices of iPhones and give you the best price for your iPhone that you are trying to sell. And the good thing is that you are guaranteed the best rate. You also get a free shipping label. Thank you for watching, and please check out sellcashier.com.